Welcome to the Straight from the Heart show. I'm Tamar Miraz. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. As you know, the show's always about giving value to my viewers, and today I've got an amazing guest who I've been following for a little while. Her name is Valdez. She's a career coach and a life coach. She's also a #1 Amazon bestseller, and she's just an amazing, phenomenal person. Welcome to the show, Amber.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to share space and support you and your tribe.
Oh, thank you so much, and I'm so touched for you accepting. And I know you're with the tribe that I follow, and now I follow you. You do some amazing work. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Thank you. I would be honored to. So as you so beautifully mentioned, my name's Amber Valdez. I'm a former NFL cheerleader, TV personality, and reality star who is now on a mission to inspire 1 million plus individuals to live their purpose, because I believe when you live your purpose, you change the world. And as you guys know, we all have that multiple unique gifts that we get to share and shine out bright. So what I do is I support individuals from where they are to where they want to be on levels of career, relationships, spirituality, and self-love. So currently I have about 13 clients worldwide, and those range from entrepreneurs to movie producers to anyone that just wants to fall madly in love with themselves and get support in all areas of their life. And so I as you mentioned, recently wrote a book called Sticky Affirmations to Live Your Purpose, because I am fully a #1 fan as a life purpose cheerleader of affirmations. They changed my life, and they supported me in retraining my self-limiting beliefs, habits, and conversations I was having with myself so I could manifest and create the life I want. So I use these beautiful little mini billboards, sticky notes, to write affirmations that will support individuals in retraining their thoughts, they think, and the words they speak. So yeah, I'm a coach, I'm an author, I'm a motivational speaker. I have a pretty strong tribe and family over on Periscope, so I go on there almost every day and support them. And I am the creator of the Worthy Goddess Workshop, supporting women to really own their worth and step into their divine feminine leadership. And also created a movement called Team Live Your Purpose, which is 1 million plus individuals on a mission to share their gifts with the world, live their purpose. So yeah, lots of creation, lots of inspiration, and just started streaming on Busker. So if you guys are on Busker, you get to follow me there, because I'm going to be doing a weekly show over there, so I can just inspire the masses. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, you just taught me about Busker, so I need to look into that myself.
Yeah, Busker is this new platform. They actually reached out to me yesterday, the heads of the company. It's a fairly new app. They've only been around for 6 months. And it's what we love right here, right? It's the live stream component, but you get paid to live stream. So people tip you. You can sell your products, your workshops, your books, your t-shirts, whatever you have. And instead of people having to click out, they can just click right in. They've got a solid membership base going. It's free, or I guess you could say tribe building, but it's growing every day. And people are able to be compensated doing what they love, which is what I'm all about. So Busker is going to be one of my new friends. So I'm excited for that.
Wow. So how did you find your passion for what you're doing, what you actually do currently? Because for everything that you're doing, it must have taken you a little while to find that passion.
Yes, very much so. I mean, I believe that everything we do, every job we have, every relationship, every heartbreak, every loss creates who we are, right? And so for many years, I worked many jobs, from being a waitress to as being an NFL cheerleader, to being in casting, to being an assistant, you name it, restaurant manager, you name it, I did it. Nanny, I was a nanny for quite some time. And I believe all those jobs prepared me for this. And that's why I believe I'm such a powerful consultant and life, relationship, and career coach, because I've had so many life lessons. I'm 37, but living in LA, New York, Hawaii, San Diego, Michigan, I've lived all over and again, had so many different jobs. But one thing is for certain, I was definitely running for my purpose. For 10 years, I was an on-camera host, on and off again, freelancing. So did a lot of entertainment, news, and sports. And I was going through a really nasty heartbreak And around the same time, I had my 5th callback at a really big entertainment news network here in Los Angeles. And it was all gossip based, right? And my spirituality conversation was expanding. I was really recognizing there's got to be more to life, really getting tapped into universe, source, and really just calling in to get to know myself better and love myself. And during that time, at my 5th callback at this network, I literally just had a come to Jesus moment where I was literally standing on the set of E! News, and I was like, this is not what I want. It was like, I'm done. I don't want to talk about celebrities anymore. I don't want to talk about who's sleeping with who and what shoes people are wearing. This is not what I'm about. It was a complete contrast, right? From like what my intuition was saying. My mind and body was like, no, no, no. And so around that time, I really took on my self-transformation, my emotional intelligence conversation, and started doing a lot of really heavy work on myself. And it was during that time that I really fell in love with myself and realized that I'm worthy, and I'm worthy of success, and I'm worthy of doing what I love, and I'm worthy of inspiring people. And that's really where I became the life purpose cheerleader. And since that time, I discovered Periscope shortly after I graduated from these amazing trainings called the MIT training. And I discovered Periscope, and that's when I really got clear that my calling is to serve, and my calling is to inspire, and my calling is to make sure that everyone knows they matter, knows they're worthy, and their purpose matters. And growing up, I didn't have a very supportive situation at home. And so I literally have created my own tribe, my own chosen family of people that inspire me, believe in me, and got my back. And so for me, I believe it only takes one person to believe in your dream, and that's you. But if you're looking for another, here I am. And so I want to be that cheerleader for every single person that I meet and come in contact with, so they can have the best chance at living a life worth living. So, yeah.
Wow. Out of that, for 37 years old, you look really well.
Thank you. And listen, when I decided to start my coaching business, literally December, January, I haven't even been like full on as a coach. And I've already had multiple clients that have completed their 3-6 months with me. And it's so funny because I've built a 6-figure business in less than a year. And it's possible for all of us. And I don't say that to brag. I say that because when you really go for your dreams, I believe when you focus on service, the money comes. And so I like to remind people that those were some really tough months. I had to borrow money from my mom. I had to borrow money from my boyfriend to buy groceries. And here I was 36 years old or 37 years old going, oh my God, I am at the lowest financial situation I've been in like 15, 20 years. But I knew it was going to be worth it. I knew struggling was temporary, and I knew that if not now, when? And I can, I can deal with living on my credit cards and lowering my ego to go for my dream and do what I love. And you get these angels along the way that help you, like Desiree Lee that, supported me in writing my ebook, and, my web designer, Shaylin, that just really designed my website for pretty much close to nothing. And my friend Jalen that did my first video. And it's like, you can ask friends and people that love you. And my friend Kellen came out of nowhere. He saw me on Facebook. He's like, I like what you're creating. Let me make you an app. It was just like, when you focus in service, people see you. So I think that's possible for all of us.
Wow. That's so amazing, because I've got so many friends and so many people that I'm working with that are starting off in the business, and they are seeing those tough times. They are seeing the times where I've been there, where I've got 2 children, I've got a wife, and then you've got the children there, and you've seen the financial, you've never ever been there where it's been so low, but you keep going, and you don't focus on your money. And then you keep focusing on the serving. And Javon is one person that's kept me going, because there's been times when I'm thinking, no, you know what, I've got children. I've stepped down from work to concentrate on the business. And it's so nice to hear it from somebody who's already successful. And here already you're being a cheerleader for the rest of us. And thank you so much. And Javon's
been there. I mean, Javon and I were in the same space. I mean, he's been through those tough times. I mean, we've all been through those times where we haven't, known where our next, money for rent's going to be, or, the food. But You get to recognize that, like, when you go for your passion and you're all in, you will succeed. You can't not, because what you focus on grows. And if you are focusing on service, if you are focusing on making others' lives better, or if you are really in that space of true, like, genuine giving and support and love and, like, straight up, like, again, service, you will get, the universe will come back to you, and countless stories, as you know. But yeah, you get to struggle a little bit and recognize the struggle's worth it, and it's temporary. But you just get to keep on keeping on. And it's hard sometimes, especially when you don't have family that thinks you're crazy and it doesn't support you. And, you know, even my boyfriend was like, babe, I don't get it. And I was like, don't you too, you know, but he's like, I believe in you, you know, so I trust. But it's just one of those things where it's like, you got to trust, and you get to know that not everyone has to get it. I tell my clients all the time, their husbands don't get it, their kids don't get it, their friends don't get it, and they don't have to get it. You have to get it. You know, I think people probably thought Steve Jobs was crazy, and, you know, every other big major mogul that we know, at one time, I'm sure everyone in their life was like, you've lost it, you know?
So you just got to show up and go the distance. That's the most important thing. There's a lot of people, especially with my clients and when I'm doing my events, and the problem they get is finding self-love. They find it difficult, because when I went through that motion in my life, I kind of found it selfish. But then I overcame as I started growing in myself, learning, reading, and what have you. So can you give us some tips how to combat finding self-love? Because that's really difficult for some people.
Yes, 100%. And especially if we didn't grow up with a supportive environment, you know, and caretakers. And if we had people, you know, friends, teachers telling us, you can't, right? So I do believe that we're all just a bunch of little robots running around. I talk about this in my book, and that we are programmed at a very young age of what's possible, right? And as adults now, like you mentioned, it's totally up to us if we want to stay believing self-limiting beliefs. If we want to believe it's impossible, then it will be. But if we want to retrain those thoughts, it's possible. And I think self-love is an equivalent of self-worth. And until I knew I was worthy, until I fell in love with myself, I wasn't able to create success. You'll self-sabotage relationships, friendships, jobs, opportunities. You'll only receive as much abundance and success as you believe you're worthy of. And so it all starts with self-worth. That's where I start with my clients. It's like, how can we get you to fall more in love with yourself? Because if you don't, you may get the money, but it will go. You may get the whatever, but it won't stay, because it'll never be enough, right? So for self-love, for me, clearly I mentioned affirmations. If we were up in my office, you would see there's Post-its, aka stickies, all over the wall, in the bathroom, in my car, in my client's car. So tool number one, get yourself some Post-its. You guys have Post-its in the UK, yes?
Of course.
So, of course. Well, I was just in Africa and they weren't very clear on Post-its. I don't think they've made it there yet. But the reason I use these, and some people may think they're cheesy, but to me they're fantastic. They're bright colored. They're little mini billboards that you can put on your, look, I have one here that says the magic is in me. I have them everywhere. It's because they're loving reminders to remind you to quiet those self-limiting beliefs and to love yourself. And so I tell my clients I love myself and I approve of myself is a very important sticker or sticky for you to have, and to just have in your mirror every day, perhaps when you're brushing your teeth or you're washing your face or you're in your car. Put these everywhere that you need that self-reminder. I'm worthy of success. Because maybe you weren't told it as a child. Maybe the people around you didn't tell you that, but now you can practice believing what you want to believe. And as you believe it, as you speak it, as you think it, it will become your reality. So sticky affirmations changed my life. If you guys want to learn how to do them specifically, you can get my ebook. It's on Amazon. But really, it'll walk you through how to find out what your self-limiting beliefs are in all areas of your life, and also habits. So maybe you want to quit smoking, or maybe you want to stop choosing soda. You can say, you know, water is my favorite beverage. If you think about it, you are like the computer programmer for your life. And you're like, okay, water is your favorite beverage. Yes, it is. you know, and when I'm running or when I'm exercising, I tell myself, I love to sweat. I love to exercise. This is fun. I love my body. And that's why I'm moving it. Is really like programming yourself. And so you can program yourself into loving yourself. And it takes practice, especially, again, if you were told you weren't worthy or you didn't hear that you're enough and you're lovable. So I love myself. I approve of myself. My top affirmation for that. And also, I'm lovable and I'm enough. And you get to tell yourself that, and you get to practice being your best friend. You get to practice talking nice to yourself, not, oh, I'm an idiot, or, oh, I'm so stupid. I don't even like saying that. And I believe for every negative affirmation, because we're always affirming, right? We're either affirming negative or affirming positive every time we think or speak. So we get to catch ourselves when we say things like that, like, I don't know how to do this, or I can't afford that. I don't even like to say that. Cancel, delete, I like to say. And I can afford this, and it is possible. So catching yourself, okay. And I always like to use the up until now, right? Like, well, I'm so bad at this up until now. So you're telling yourself that was your old self, and now this is the new you. And it takes practice catching yourself, right? But sticky affirmations, my favorite tool. And also self-care. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on about, you know, really what it means to love yourself, you know?
And when you do, it's just so phenomenal, so awesome. And that space that you function from, it's just a place of love. And I love it so much. Like before, like I said to my wife, when it's you guys call it the fall, it's autumn in the UK.
Ooh,
and I hated it because it was the time we went back to school from the summer holidays.
Yeah.
Only the last 2 years I've changed it to the point, because that negative mindset that I had before was because it was linked with school. I never enjoyed that time of the year. So I used to spiral down. But since I'm functioning from a place of love, I'm looking at the trees, the different colors, looking at all the beautiful things around me, and everything is just love. And it's just an amazing journey. And it's so nice to talk to people like you, Javon, Preston, because you're probably another step higher than where I am. And you guys give me that cheerleading to go on. You give me that motivation to go on, because I know I'm doing the right thing. I know I'm building my tribe the right way. And there's so many of us doing it. And
yes.
And everyone's the same message, though, but in their own way. And that's so phenomenal. And I'm going to switch over to when you went over to Africa with Epic.
Yes. And really quick, before you move on from that, we are not up here. We are all equal. We are just on our own path, on our own lane. And so I want you to know everyone's on time. And even I, you know, and I talk about this in a YouTube video I'm going to be posting here very shortly about being on stage with Preston and Alexi, and, you know, how skilled they are and how my wounds and my comparison conversations were coming up. And so it's like, you're leveling up is what Alexi told me. It's like that happens when you level up and you begin to surround yourself with people who are creating what you are intending to create. And there's no comparison, right? It's all, everybody is equal. And so, yeah, I want you to know that no one is better than anyone else and everyone's right on time. And there's not enough of us talking about this. There's not enough of us, you know, there's so much work to be done. There's 7 billion people in the world. Like, you know, even if we're all in this together. It takes a tribe. It takes all of us, and your reach is your reach, and your vibration is going to attract your tribe, and my vibration is going to attract mine, and Lexi and Preston, and there may be some crossover in between, but you are enough, and no one can do it like you, and no one can do it like me, and no one can do it like Javon, and so on and so on and so on. So remember that it's all of us. We really all get to step up our game and shine our light bright, because the world needs the light workers now more than ever.
100%. What I was trying, it wasn't the comparison. What I was trying to do was help the people that are on the, you know, the journey when we're transitioning to what we want, and not when you said you were. That's what I'm trying to. It's the support network, because there were the times where there was no money. I had to get the credit card out. I had to get this, get the loans, get the bills, get. The wife was there, and also the wife, she's a rock. She's an amazing rock, because she believes. That's the thing. That's the main thing, is the belief. And that was my saying today. What did I put on my daily motivation? It was broke, divorced, broken.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm still going on.
Going.
Just believe. Just believe.
It only takes you. And you're so grateful and you're so blessed that you have a partner and a wife that gets it. And there's so many people that don't have that. And that's okay too, right? That just means your belief gets to go through the roof. And some people need to see it to believe it. I don't need to see things to believe them. I create them in my own mind. And that's one of my unique gifts and talents. But for the average person, they'll probably think we're crazy. And you're really blessed that you have someone that gets you. And so if people out there don't have a wife or a husband that gets it, or a family or friends, they get to create their chosen family and create their tribe. And that's you, that's me, that's authors, that's YouTubers, that's anyone who gets it. They can really like feel that love and that energy from their chosen family, you know?
Thank you so much. I've got one of my good friends who's on here now. His name is Shane the Great. He's the Shane Train. He's got a show called yeah, 1% show. Can you say a quick hi to him? He will love that. He will love.
What's up, Shane Train? And what's up, Cleora? And hi, honey. My boyfriend's upstairs, I think, watching. I can see him on here.
My wife is also watching from the other room as well. So
hey, wifey.
And hey, Shane is doing some amazing work as well. He's the Facebook Live king.
He's
done 1,000 videos. He started in January. He's just and he just gives and gives and gives. So check him out. He's an amazing guy doing some crazy work. So
I would love to. What's up, Shane? It's so good to just to meet you.
So you're doing some amazing things. And what I was watching in Africa really touched me. Really, really touched me what you were doing, because it's phenomenal work. Because we can all be doing that together and changing the world. That's what it's all about. That's my end goal, is to be doing that. And I know we're all going to be combining in 10 years' time, and it's just going to be so powerful and it's exciting. Yes! You know, this is what we're going to do. That's me and you. So tell us a bit about your experience, because it's life-changing, it's eye-opening. It's a completely different world. It's completely different. So I just want to hear it from your point of view, because I know it changed my life when I went to the Philippines. That really changed my life. And I want to hear it from you, because it's so fresh. You just got back literally a week ago.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. And it's felt like 3 weeks since I got back. I've just been like, Africa was everything that I couldn't even, let me retort. Africa was nothing that I imagined and everything I could have dreamed it could be. Home away from home. I will be back. I'm committed to going back next year unless something. But that is the intention. I'm committed to going, fell madly in love with that country. You know, I had a lot of people were super supportive. And then there were individuals, family members that were like, I don't want you going. It's not safe. I heard it all. I heard racist comments. I heard things like, we need to take care of our own country. People said that they would support and then didn't support me. It was this crazy journey just getting to Africa and learning a lot about humans and a lot about people. And when I got there, we were welcomed by an amazing family that basically is the on-site for Epic. Epic is Everyday People Initiating Change, created by Alexi Panos and Tennille Amor, two amazing, incredible women who at 24 years old were like, we got to do something, but we can't pay our rent. We can't eat. But they figured it out. So they've gone back every year to bring clean water wells to Africa. And the best thing about Epic is they go back to the villages every year to check on them and make sure that they're good. A lot of nonprofits will go over to Africa, which I didn't know. Look at us. We build a well, take a picture, and then never come back. So we actually saw a lot of abandoned wells from nuns and other organizations. It was really sad. Can you imagine not having running water and clean water, and then you have it, and then it's gone? And imagine them not knowing they have no resources. They don't know how to fix it. No one trained them. So Epic goes back and creates partnership. And the beautiful part is you see the villages really step up and really own it and create leadership within their communities. So seeing the contrast of the villages who've only had water for a year and the villages that don't have water is like night and day. one thing's for certain, the kids, the children, and the families are so grateful. So much gratitude. I've never experienced and witnessed that much gratitude, genuine gratitude in my life. I've never experienced that much joy. I've never experienced that much love for strangers. People are like caribou, which means welcome. They're like, come to my home, come to my house. These people have what we would think is nothing compared to America, probably UK, living way less than our poverty level. But yet they're the first to give. You know, we went to these villages, they gave us soda, and soda's very expensive there. It's like they really just treated us so well. And the kids, I mean, who knows when they ate last, who knows when they would eat. They weren't drinking water. We were there sometimes 6-7 hours playing with them. Not one was drinking water in front of us. And they would sing and dance and just love on us. They want to hold your hand. They want to look at your phone and like take pictures with you. And it just puts things into perspective. I can't speak for the UK, but Americans got a lot of stuff. They got a lot of crap. They got a lot of stuff. They're hoarders. They want new shoes and a new phone and a new bike and a new car and a new this. And it's like coming back is just, I see disconnection here. I see, you know, they're trying to be like America, but we're trying to be like them in the sense that they're present. The level of presence I saw when you speak and people look at you, they really look at you and they ask how you are and they really care. And I really feel like technology is really, you know, as many blessings as it has, like you and I wouldn't even be able to be connected if it wasn't for this beautiful gift of Facebook and technology. But then at the same token, we're starting to become unconscious. And it was really beautiful just to sit and be with people and have really nowhere to go. And really enjoy just, you know, they'll dance and sing for you and play and put on little, like, it just was fantastic. And really recognizing we don't need a lot of food and we don't need a lot of stuff. And even the 10-hour bus rides, you know, from the main city of Dar to Iringa didn't seem long. And even the, you know, hour and a half to 2-hour bumpy rides into the villages didn't seem long because we knew we were going to serve. And I would cry almost every morning on my way in. And Preston was playing some really powerful music too. I'm sure that didn't help. But on the way in, I would just cry because I could just see them waiting for us. I could just visualize them all waiting by the road and chasing our bus or chasing our van and waiting to greet us with song and dance. And it just, to know that they were just like so excited was just like, just for water. And to see people like really grateful and thankful just for a pump, you know, and this isn't electricity or running water or even toilets. This is like the basic necessity. And the kids were always getting sick up until now. And they were not being able to go to school. And the hours they would spend a day fetching water up until now. And now seeing the other villages that have water and their English is better and they're healthier and they're not sick and they're going to school. And it really just helps. Clean water helps. And so seeing the impact that the wells make, and I just feel really blessed. And I think that everyone should travel to a third world country at some point in their life so they can really get that they need to get over themselves and stop bitching, moaning, and complaining about how bad they have it, because they don't. And anyone watching this video doesn't have it that bad. I don't care what you're going through. You may be going through pain and heartbreak and grief and loss. But guys, you have roofs over your head and you have technology and you have a car and you have a paved road and you have food in your refrigerator most of the time. So really, like, it's time for everyone to wake up and to really realize life is not about selfies. And today I decided I'm going to do a program called Selfie Detox, because I am getting so triggered by the amount of selfies that people are taking, and we're more than our image. And I really am committed to reminding people that stop being takers and start giving a shit about the world, about the planet, about the air, about the water, about the pipeline, about animals, about someone other than you. And yeah, I'm very passionate about this. I'm like, post positive content, like inspire people, give back, stop sucking people of their light and their joy, and start using your power, your superpowers. And today I posted on Facebook, I'm going to cuss today. I was listening to Lady Gaga, a video I saw of hers this morning. And I was very inspired by her. And said, you're a superstar, God damn it. And it's like, God damn, you're a superstar, something like that. I can't remember what it is, but I was like, yes, use your superpowers. Let's go. Like, come on, y'all. It's time, right? It's time to shine. It's time to get over it, to get over your story about what you don't have and start sharing what you do have.
That's it. And there's people like you, people like me, people of all our tribes that are building together, are changing the people now, because too many people are following. That's the problem. There's media, advertising, the horrible TV that I stopped watching 3 years ago.
Right?
Yeah, I don't watch it anymore. My TV is watching people like you, Preston, Les Brown, Tony Robbins. That's my TV. Yeah. That's my TV. So that's what I love.
YouTube, videos, podcasts, like that's my TV. I don't turn this thing on barely ever. I don't, because it's a waste of my time and my energy, and it's not inspiring me to create. So it's a waste of time and energy. We're losing our minutes, our hours of our life to television. And, it's not good, guys. It's a waste. You're going to be on your deathbed going, wow, I probably watched TV for 12 years of my life. Why?
I'll tell you a funny story about my TV. I wanted a 4K TV all the time when I was materialistic, when I was motivated by the materialistic things. Got it.
It says less than a minute really quick on Zoom. Do you know that?
Sorry?
On the Zoom, it says less than a minute.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to shut down. I'm just saying.
No, not on my side. Could it be your battery? Is your battery?
No, I'm at 100%. I just wanted to check in. I'm sorry for interrupting, but I don't want it to interrupt.
Okay, no, it should be.
But we'll roll. We'll roll with it.
No, we should roll. So yeah, and this is what happens. People are too materialistic nowadays as well. They don't look from within. So that's the problem, and they need to look within. And that's when I changed, and that's probably when your life changed. So
yeah, for so long, being on that reality show, I wouldn't let them in my house if it wasn't super clean. I remember I would stay up for 5 hours the night before my cameras would come over to make sure my house was not dusty, because I didn't want them thinking I was a pig. I wouldn't let the cameras come over if I didn't have makeup on and my hair done. I mean, and it's like my hair is crazy right now and I'm just owning it. I'm just being me. And I think that it's so much less stress and less pressure to just love who you are and not be concerned about all the outside. And yeah, you can make yourself up, but so many people are obsessed with the gym and their bodies and their makeup and their hair and their, plastic surgery and just all of this stuff. And it's,
yes, perfect. Let's go live. We're going to go live in a minute. Sorry, guys, we're back on, and there was a little technical.
We're back on. You tagged me in it, right? So I can share it.
Yep. Oh, yes. Let me tag you.
And we want to encourage you guys to share this out if you guys are finding value, so other people can be inspired tonight as well.
That's it. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I'm just going to redo it.
It's worth it. And we were just saying everything's perfect. Everything's on purpose, and nothing is on accident. So I believe that this is all perfect, and it just shows, right, the authenticity and the vulnerability of live stream and doing what you love. It doesn't have to look perfect, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to redo this and tag you in it. Oh, yeah. That's it. We'll go back on. Tag.
I wonder if this will pop up on my screen. A notification. But we'll see.
This is what I love when it's raw like this. It's unedited and it's amazing.
Right?
I've never done a show like this. It's all been on point because I've never done the live. So because with other ones you can edit as well. So we're back on. I've tagged you.
It's not coming up yet, but I'm sure it will.
Come up, so I'm going to put this up again. There we are. Sorry, guys. So we'll wait for...
back, guys.
We'll have to wait for Facebook to build the audience again, but so sorry. And like Amber was saying, we'll encourage you to share so people can get the value. It could just be one small message that one person gets. That will be my job done, and I'm pretty sure
Right?
the same.
I agree, 100%. 150%. You know, I coach my clients all the time to not be attached to how many viewers and how many followers and how many likes, because that means that you're looking for acceptance. You're looking for something outside of you, approval. And so if you're really focused on service, you're not going to worry. I remember my first Periscope, there was 0 people on, and I was like, oh boy, I'm talking to no one. Second Periscope, 1 person. Third Periscope, 3 people, and so on and so on and so on. And now I've got 20,000 plus Peri family and growing. And I think it's just, who are you when no one's watching, no one's listening? And it's practice for you, right? It's practicing you stepping out of your comfort zone and you learning to articulate your words powerfully and to mess up, but you can't mess it up. So I always say, do your broadcast, your post for you, and enjoy the creation of it. Like me making that meme today, I was like, I just like loved it. It was sparkly and I got to cuss in it. And I got to use a Lady Gaga quote. And it was like, I'm doing this for me, the joy I feel for doing it. So I want to acknowledge you and thank everyone that's watching and holding space and everyone that's sharing. And yeah, if we touch one person tonight, it was worth it. And we are enjoying ourselves right now, right?
It's a Friday night, and well, the UK is now about 11:30, and it's amazing just having a good time, just talking and just passing on what we've learned through our journeys. And it could help somebody. And what you've just said to me, don't look at the views, don't look at what you're putting out. I had the same advice from, I don't know if you know Avijit Singh Arya. He's from India. He's one of Javan's connections. When Javan went up to India recently.
No, I haven't been able to really.
He's so amazing. That's the same thing he said to me. Just put out your podcast. Don't look at the views. Just do it consistently for 52 weeks a year. And that's it. Just do your work. Just do your work. And when you start looking at views, you start performing from a place of vanity.
There you go.
What happened? It becomes about
ego.
So
ego.
Then you're doing it for something not bigger than yourself. You're not doing it for humanity. You're not doing it to leave a legacy for your children, for mankind. And and that's why a lot of people are not. They're so focused on material.
I have a story about my friend Janine Cummings, and she's a Periscope influencer. She's from the UK. She has a movement called Woman of Worth, and she was sharing about, she was posting, all this content in her Facebook group, and she was just down and out, and she was hopping a train out of London, and she hopped on the wrong one, and it was late, and blah blah blah. She was all pissy about missing it, and she sat on the train. And this woman comes up to her and she says, "Excuse me, are you Janine Cummings?" And she said, "Yeah." And she said, "I love your posts on, blah, blah, blah. And I was suicidal and I just really get a lot of inspiration." And in that moment, she was just like, it was on purpose that she missed the train. It was on purpose she got on the wrong one. It was on purpose she met that girl because she was going to cancel her Facebook group. And so she felt like no one was watching. And what I want you guys to know is the universe is always watching. And what you put out comes back to you multiplied. And it may not be someone that sees this today. Maybe they see it tomorrow. Maybe they see it next year, next week. And maybe a person who watched it goes out and is nice to someone else, and that ripple effect. And so it's not even so much, it doesn't have to be, it can be one person and that person can be you. So I really want to just inspire everybody to create the content that lights you up. And don't be so attached if anyone's watching, and don't measure your self-worth on the number of followers you have and the number of viewers you have or likes you have. And especially now, I was listening to a podcast yesterday about where social media is going, and don't even get me started, but it's going to be even harder and harder as the social media progresses to get unique likes and to get views. And so it's more important now than ever for you to pour into your tribe and just keep doing what you're doing. And let it organically flow, because you would rather be in a room of 25 people that are gung-ho, all about it, supportive of you, than a room of 1,000 people that don't even really pay attention and aren't going to support you and your mission and what you're up to. So quality, not quantity.
There you go. Quality, not quantity, guys. Remember that. And we're all on different journeys. We're all on different paths. So we shouldn't be comparing. Watch your own garden grow. If you're not watching your own garden grow, you're watching if someone else's garden is greener, your garden is going to end up dying, people. So
yes, I love that analogy. That's powerful.
Watch your garden grow. And Amber's giving so much value, and we're so blessed to have Amber. And I'm going to say it's like every week, well, not every week, every day I have a different coach, my personal coach, and it's so amazing because when I first started my personal development journey, I used to be broke. And I used to sit down on webinars till 4 a.m. for them to be telling me to invest $5,000. And it used to break my heart. And I used to say, universe, please, 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 and just sit there. But now it has come back. All these coaches are actually here talking to me. I get Jarek Robbins, I've got you, I've got the #1 coach in the UK, I've got Choo Trainer Shane, and I've got Terrence. So many people are coming on my show, and it's amazing. And
look what you created, because that's who you be.
That's it, and I love it, and it's just so amazing. It's just so amazing. Just the universe does deliver, because at the time, 5-7 years ago, I was thinking I want it right now, but I wasn't the right person to have it at that time.
Amen.
You need to be the person. Amen. This is what I've learned on this journey, and I've also learned that you have to live in the now. Live in the now. Don't look what's going on, and don't look what happened in the past. It's in the now. So,
what can you do today in this moment? Today, now. Yes.
So many things, and be grateful for the now. Me and my wife, we practiced this when we first started, and it was, look at the time now. We've got food in our fridge. We've got a nice house. We've got bedding. Our children's got everything that they want. What else do we want? If we keep focusing on what society wants you to focus on, the big house, the Lamborghini, the $1 million. If you want that $1 million and you don't want to serve for it, there's no point. What are you willing to give? A lot of people don't want to give. I used to be one of those people. I didn't want to give. I wanted to sit on a beach, do nothing, get the money, and yeah, I sat there for 3 years, nothing happened.
And then what?
Nothing happened.
And then what? It's the feeling. It's the feeling that you want to have when you have that stuff. When you have the Lamborghini, when you have the car, or the house, when you have the Gucci bag. It's the feeling that people want when they feel they'll feel enough, they'll feel worthy, they'll feel successful, they'll feel rich, they'll feel good enough. That's why they want that stuff, so people will look at them so they can feel like they're welcome and they're allowed, right? And it's not really the stuff they want, because once you get the stuff, that's done. You're left with what? And I think it's so funny you say that. It's like the more successful I get, the less I want.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that funny? It's like the less stuff I want to buy, the less places I want to go. Like, I'm grateful for my car. I'm grateful for my place. But like, this stuff isn't making me happy. It's what I'm creating and who I'm serving and the breakthroughs my clients are having and all the success they're having. And, it's what I'm giving that lights me up. It's not what I'm going to buy, and it's just, it's really awesome to be in that space, because that's when success comes. That's when abundance will not stop flowing to you, is when you don't measure yourself on the things you have and you just focus on the feeling you get from giving, and giving a smile, and, giving, an apple to a homeless person. Like, those things they don't cost really anything, but the reward is priceless. Right?
Exactly. And I was just so deep into your conversation, because I can resonate with that now, because before I went on my personal development journey, which I strongly advise to everybody, go on that journey.
Everybody, get to know yourself, fall in love with yourself, find out why you do things and where it comes from and what you want and what your dad and mom had impact on you, and why you're having triggers when your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife wants to go out with their friends, and get to know you, man.
Exactly. And when you get to know yourself, and you can spend that time with yourself. You'll find you don't want the Lamborghinis, the wants. What I want now is every time is what I call my desires to be serving more. I want to be giving more to people. I want to be doing more to change life, making more people smile, like you said. And the focus has to be on ourselves, first of all, because if we can't love ourselves, if we can't respect ourselves, how do you expect me to be loving other people? How can you be
Yes. How do you expect to be loving other people when you don't love yourself? And how do you expect to really be operating in full service if you don't really know who you are? Because you'll be comparing yourself. You'll be looking in the mirror. You'll be trying to be this person in order to serve others instead of just really being fully present. You know, like I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, it's so refreshing to not have to have a blowout to come on a broadcast like this, to not have to, you know, my eyelashes are half falling off. And it's like, it's really nice to just love who you are and own that. It's so much less pressure, but you got to do the work to get there. And again, I still compare myself. I just shared about comparing myself to Alexi and Preston and Javon and Cam, done 2 TED Talks, you know, sharing stage with amazing, epic people like that. It's intimidating, but you know what? You do it anyway. And you soothe that little girl and that little boy inside of you that says, okay, I'm worthy of being here. I'm on my path. They can't do it like me. I have something to give. And even when I went and spoke to foster girls this past weekend, you know, I was nervous because teenagers can be tough, especially kids that live in group homes that don't have a lot of love. And I had to look in the mirror and say, you are enough, and you just being here is enough, and you have value, and they're gonna get value out of you just being you. And I talk to myself in the mirror. You know, and that's why affirmations are so powerful. And I'm such a catalyst for them. Get yourself some stickies, get yourself a Sharpie, and start with I'm enough. I am not my followers. I am not the money in my bank account. I am not my debt. And you're not limited by your circumstances. And I think so many people choose to be limited by those. We don't have to have it all figured out, you know? And Alexi actually said something once in one of her speeches, I think the first speech I saw of her, about Richard Branson and how she had a minute with him. And she asked him advice for entrepreneurs. And he basically said, we all still don't have it figured out. You never have it figured out. And to hear a billionaire saying, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And none of us really know what we're doing. It's just the people that are successful are not afraid to fall on their face, not afraid to misspell things. I mean, I misspell my posts all the time and flub my words, and Preston makes fun of me because I freaking never get people's names right. And it's like, you know, that's just who I be, and I allow others to make mistakes. And I think that when we're true and authentic and admit we know nothing and admit we're just figuring out, we allow others to too, you know?
And that's the best way to be. That is the best way to be you, because that's what will shine through. Everyone's potential is within you. So you're an original, like the old cliche goes, don't die a photocopy. That's all it is. Because I can't be you. I can't be Preston. I can't be Javon. And even though I follow you guys, I'll give the message in my own way.
Yes.
It makes us, here we are, be you, everyone else is taken. There you go.
Yeah. And this is a good one too. And you know, no one can do it like me.
That's it.
And you know, I got a lot of friends that are coaches, you know, but like I mentioned earlier, certain people are going to be attracted to Javon. Certain people are going to be attracted to Preston, Alexi, me, you. You know, everybody's doing it their own special way and their own special sauce. And we're not inventing anything new. We're not reinventing the wheel here. We're just putting our own spin, our own twist in our own experiences.
It's what worked for us. We're passing it on. No one can do it like me. Definitely no one can except yourself. Guys, listen to these sticky affirmations. I've been doing it for 5 years now, but at the beginning I thought that was a bit silly. A lot of people will, because it's the journey again. You think, oh, why am I writing these things? But eventually you will see, what have you got to lose? I'm telling you, it works. I'll do it.
Right? It works. I've manifested money, clients, followers, opportunities. Like you guys, like these things are like magic sauce, if you believe they are. But I believe when you write things down, the words you speak and the thoughts you think, and we could give you a long list of people that know how to manifest, from Jim Carrey and beyond, when you write things down and you speak them, they come to you. And because every choice your body is making is going to be leading you to that. You're telling your brain, I'm going to be a New York Times bestselling author. I'm a New York Times bestselling author. So every choice you make is going to lead you to that path. Does that make sense? So you could think stickies are stupid, but I'll let you know my movie producer client just manifested some amazing investors and some A-list celebrities for his film. And we wrote these stickies all over his freaking car. And at first he thought I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And he's like, man, these things work. I'm like, yeah, imagine that. One of my clients, her husband manifested a $30,000 job. There's my boyfriend. Oh, you want to come say hi? He manifested a professional baseball career from sticky notes that I posted on his wall. Right, babe? He said he's manifesting his keys right now. Hey, babe, they're hanging on the key rack on the wall. I hung both of them up. You can take my keys, babe. Sorry, guys.
This has been a really cool interview, actually, because anything is going, and that's the first one I've ever done this way, and it's so amazing, and getting people to watch it live as well. And
see?
manifesting is amazing. You just have to believe in your affirmations, because if you're going to believe it's not going to work, it's not going to work. It's just like when you buy a program and you say, oh, I'm buying the program because it's $5,000, but I've got my 60-day guarantee of money back. So you're concentrating on getting the money back on the 60-day. You're not concentrating on the program working. So you need to concentrate on the working side of it, and it will work. The brain is it's fascinating, the brain. I keep telling you this on every single post. We've got 80 billion neurons in our brain and over 100 trillion synapses, pathways to connect them together. Come on, guys.
We might as well take responsibility for what we're putting in our brain. I mean, what choice do you have? You can keep believing and saying you can't, or you keep saying, okay, bye, babe, have a good workout. Or you can, he said bye. Or you can keep, you can make yourself believe whatever you want. Because guess what? Somebody's made you believe what you believe right now. Exactly. TV, family, friends, heartbreak, caretakers, whoever was programming you that didn't know any better, you have a set of beliefs that came from somewhere. So if those came from somewhere, from someone, from something, you can take responsibility now for your little robot and be your own computer programmer. And so sticky affirmations are just a fun way to play with your inner child. They're bright. I liked playing with stickers when I was little. And now you can put them up and you're like, oh, that's right. I got to reprogram myself. Be me. Everyone else is taken. Got it. It's like your little tools. It's like, like Preston calls them the ninja tricks or whatever, ninja techniques. Whip them out when you're feeling down, when you're feeling sad, if you want to quit smoking, if you want to start eating better, if you want to stop drinking soda. Like, working on yourself doesn't have to be so dang serious, and you can have fun with it. You can have fun with reprogramming your self-limiting beliefs and your habits, and that's why affirmations, man, I'm telling you, they changed my life, and that's possible for you guys too. But again, you don't have to listen. You can think it's all woohoo and hoo-ha, but I got a long list of clients and friends, you, me, who have lived it, breathed it, experienced it, and these babies aren't going anywhere. So get on the train, y'all. Take responsibility for the words you think and the thoughts you speak. Thoughts you speak, words you speak, thoughts you think. Yes.
And Train Choo Choo was saying that he prays for you and your mission. And he keeps calling on Messenger as well. He keeps calling. I think he wants to talk to you.
It's sure. Yes.
Yeah, we'll do that. And also I want to mention a young girl that I'm praying for every day for her. I do my Facebook Lives every day. And I do 40 push-ups for her. She's from Pennsylvania. She was a model. She's a model, should I say. And she got into a car accident. And a guy who was under the influence of heroin had an accident and they had to cut her leg off. And she was in a 2 weeks induced coma. So every night what I do, I pray for her every night. And the people that are not religious, just send some vibes, some blessings, some positive affirmations, anything that we do. And I've been doing this for 52 days now for Cheyenne. She's got lovely children. Cheyenne Armella.
Cheyenne Armella. I'm going to try and spell this. So is she conscious now?
She's conscious. She's just came out of rehab. She's gone back home, but she's not walking because they've cut off part of the foot. But obviously She's on rehab, so her affirmation will be to be walking again.
I am healed.
And it's easy for us to say, yeah, be positive. We're not the ones in that position. But what I'm doing, and that great tribe that I've got, Coach Sagasta, I've got Keenan White from Florida. We all keep her going. Shane, we've got Caleb Maddox, we've got quite a lot of people. Emily Shea.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so the tribe is just phenomenal. And we're all pulling in together for Cheyenne, and we have to. And collectively, I know she's walking because I
already see her walking right now. She's got her set up and she's cruising, you know?
You're vibrating on that level. That's what I've been seeing all the time. That's what I say every day on my video.
See her in her greatness. See her in her essence. See her in her pure, healthy state, you know?
I know she's going to be modeling again. This is what again. Yeah.
She's even going to probably help her get more work.
She's changed now. She wants to become a speaker too and tell her stories.
Wants to. She will be. She is. I mean, what a phenomenal story she has. I mean, putting into your purpose is what's up, guys. That's a gift. Your pain is your gift. Your disability is your gift. Your whatever card you've been dealt is on purpose. I believe we co-created our plan when we came. I believe we created what we wanted to learn, and we came on this planet to do that. And so many people are like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? Instead of like, okay, I obviously planned this to happen, so what's my lesson? And I talk a lot about being a lesson addict. And I think that she, you know, when she's ready, if she's ever ready to be open to the fact that she co-created this, but the magic that she's probably going to create and the lives she's going to touch. I mean, look at that. She went from being a model, which is a quote unquote, you could say a vain existence, right? Mm-hmm. She goes from being a model to having this tragedy, and now she wants to be a speaker. I mean, how many lives do you think she would have touched as a model versus a speaker? Exactly. I mean, it's no coincidence. What a beautiful gift she's given to now turn that pain into purpose and inspire the masses. I mean, I'm excited for her. And I have a client that had stage 4 cancer twice, and you know, she's fought it, and now she created a beautiful movement called Healing Agents. And now she's coaching people with cancer. Her mom was even like telling her whole family she was going to die. She had to stop speaking to her mom for a year because we get to be really selfish about the tribe we surround ourselves with and who we let in. And she knows that cancer's not a death wish. It's not a death wish. You can fight it. You can fight anything with the power of thought and belief and prayer. And I believe. And, you know, my client, Dr. Angie, is a perfect example of turning your pain into your purpose. And now she's coaching people and getting people's meals and rides to, you know, chemo and cards and motivation and diet. And, you know, if she wouldn't have gotten cancer again, she wouldn't be writing the book. She wouldn't be motivating. She wouldn't be on stages. She wouldn't be an advocate and a stand for people to not just give up when they get cancer, you know? So I do believe that these painful, annoying, frustrating things that come into our life are really just roadblocks of the universe putting us on the right path to serve. If we choose, or we could be the victim and we'll come back again and learn the lesson, I believe. So it's kind of cool.
Oh, I love talking to you. I really, really do, because everything you say resonates with what I do. And earlier, before we even started the interview, we're talking about our stones, our healing stones, our
crystals. I call them crystals. You call them stones. I'm a stone
crystals, and we've got the spirituality at the back, and you have your Buddhas, and this.
My Buddhas. I'm going to show my Buddha from Thailand. Okay. Let me show you. This is my Buddha I got in Thailand. Excuse me, not in Thailand, in Bali. I went and spoke at a yoga retreat there. And how cool is this? It's all hand carved. I have an obsession with Buddhas. That's for sure. And I got this cool drum in Africa. Check this out. My dog's like, what is that? Anyway, I'm like, just showing you all my toys. Love these in India. One more thing.
Oh.
These are my prayer bells.
That meditation. The Buddhist people use it as well, don't they? The monks.
Yeah, these are Tibetan prayer bells. I got these in India.
Mm-hmm. I've got a monk, a friend who's a monk in Sri Lanka, who I've met online, and he prays for me every day. He sends me messages every day. I've done my morning meditation. I've prayed for you, for my family, for your family. And it's so amazing. I probably need to connect you. You'll love this guy.
What's his name? Where does he live?
He lives in Colombo, Sri Lanka.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So he's doing it every day. And it's just that message. Look at that. Look at that, people. This has been a really fun podcast. She's bringing out all the props.
I know. I forgot that we're not just live streaming. I'm playing with my sound bowl. I have some shells in it from Africa, from Zanzibar. But anywho, yeah, I'm all about the toys. I like to collect things from everywhere I go. See, when I first went to India, I walked up to this table at this market with my friend from the UK. He got a big bonus. He worked in video games, and he said, "Where do you want to go in the world?" And I said, "India." So we go to this market, and this man's selling these bowls, and I pick up the bowls, and I'm trying to play them, and I can't play one. He says, "You're not happy." I said, "Yes, I am." He's like, "No, you're not." He said, "If you were, you could play the bowls." And I got so mad, and I bought the bowl anyway. So for years, I couldn't play this thing. Couldn't get it. And now I play it without even trying.
It's what you're completing. It's the vibration, as you know what it is. You've gone through that transition. We go through it throughout our lives. We go on different stages, and it's just a beautiful journey. It's been such a nice interview. I'm going to end this interview now. It's been so nice. It's been so good. What I'm going to do also, the reason I'm going to end the interview, I think Shane really wants to speak to you, so I'm going to get him on a three-way conference in a minute. Okay. Because I think he's really liking your work, and he's been trying to call 3-4 times. So, Amber, thank you so much. I'm sorry, all my other guests, this has been my most fun interview.
Oh, thank you. And if people want to get a hold of me really quickly, I just want to let them know to stay in contact with me if something that I shared today resonated with you, or if you're calling in for support. I want you to know I have some things that I can support you with. The Turn Your Crazy into Your Purpose boot camp's coming up in December. It's a 4-week program. It's my second one. It's so much fun. I teach you to meditate. We create a morning routine, self-love practices, and also getting clear on your purpose and giving back to the world. So if that feels like something you would like to be a part of, it's a virtual boot camp, so you can be anywhere in the world and do it. It's going to be kicking off in December. And then I'm also taking on a mastermind group. I'm going to select 11 entrepreneurs from all over the world to come together, 12, come together from all over the world to co-create some magic and be a stand for each other's greatness. And so that's going to be the Team Live Your Purpose Mastermind. So if you guys are interested, get over to lifepurposecheerleader.com and stay in touch with me, and Life Purpose Cheerleader on Instagram. I'd love for you to tag me in your sticky notes so I can support you in manifesting your dreams into reality, and hashtag Team Live Your Purpose, because we're all in this together. So I'm just grateful and thankful of how I can serve you guys. So thank you so much for sharing space, and for loving on me, and for being part of this awesome tribe, and for working on yourself. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get busy, guys. The world's waiting. Woo!
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being an amazing guest. I told you Friday night is going to be fun. And I've made a great friend with all the other friends that I've made over in the States. Thank you so much. And I'm going to be posting all your details and how people are going to get in touch with you. I'm going to tag you on there. All that's going to go on Facebook, because people's got to follow you. Definitely. I became late in following you, but you know what? Better late than never.
Right on time.
Thank you so much for being a great guest, and I'm going to end this meeting. Thank you for tuning in Straight from the Heart show. And as I'll say to you, live well with one another, because if we don't, what's the point?